Mentioned you blend what worked before, blend what worked for you guys. From practice one to where you sit here at this stage of spring, how is this group coming along for you?
I mean, I think it started as a really strong group, and there's a lot of experience in the group. A lot of kids that played a lot of snaps. I still think every day they're improving, and their work ethic and mentality is what drives the room to be successful. I think we're in for a great year. I mean, we have a lot of really talented players that play hard. What more can you ask than that?
The other description I've heard a lot of you coaches say too about how smart these guys are, the high football IQ. Is that something that pretty quickly jumped out to you about this group?
Yeah. So even outside the football building, we have some really successful student athletes that are studying some really tough programs and all doing really well GPA-wise. So when you have that, and then you put them in the football building, and they love football. There's no question about the safety room. They all love football. They want to study it. They ask really intricate, hard questions, and they push me to be a better coach. So you can't ask for a better environment than that.
I smiled with him when you're talking to reporters about Kamori Watson, because his switch seems to be more noticeable than some. Like, you talk to him in casual conversation and it's hugs, and you won't find a more respectful person. On the field, he's looking to blow up somebody. I mean, that's kind of him in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's that Hawaii personality, I guess. I think he's very fun to be around, and he brings a great attitude every day to the field. I think he's tough, and he loves the game of football, and he's getting better every day. There's no doubt about that. I love the kid. He's a great kid.
Let me ask you about Travion Blaylock. I know he's had a little hiccup here, non-injury related, but he'll be back. And a guy like him, it seems like he worked his tail off. Even last year in the rehab, he was one of the team award winners for his work in the weight room. I would imagine you can't wait to really cut him loose and see what he could do out there, because this kid has more than a little bit of talent.
Yes, he's a very, very strong player, great leader, hard worker, just begging for the opportunity to be healthy and get back on the field. And you feel for him, because once he recovers from one thing, he feels like he gets hit with another. But adversity only makes you stronger, and he's gonna have a great fall because of it.
Final one, Hunter. Asked him, this is his third year, but he kind of half tongue in cheek. You're kind of a leader back there now. Maybe that's not even half tongue in cheek. That's real, isn't it? From what you've seen out there in spring?
Absolutely. I mean, great leaders play with the mentality that the culture of the program wants to have, and he embodies that culture to the fullest. And he's not scared of any moment. Has been through it. I think that he's exactly what you want as a leader, and we're going to keep pushing him forward that way, because he's getting really comfortable there.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All. Yeah, take
What's
care.
Up, man?
Hey, Coach. First of all, I mean, we just talked about some of the really good hard hitters, some of the physical guys, some of the playmakers, but how do you balance utilizing those skills with the angles that they got to take, and how have you taught that?
We talk about just everyday opportunities to improve, and never being satisfied. And there's a great work ethic within the building, and they want to get better every day. So they're not satisfied with anything. Every day they're asking, what could I do better, and what was wrong with this play. So it's a fun group to work with.
There are a couple of states where you've got 3 safety sets, you've got 2 safety sets. How do you balance that? And then, especially when you're teaching run fits, how do you kind of teach that, knowing that they're in different positions on very different sets?
And we do a good job as a group of talking about the big picture. What would this guy be asked to do here? So when you're put in that position, you have an idea of expectations of that position. We really focus on fundamentals as a program. So no matter where you are, it's still about football fundamentals, and they understand that. The expectations don't change whether you've played the position before or not. So far, we've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to move some guys around, and they've been successful when we've asked them to do it.
talking about the group, I mean, it was obviously a change, but you came into arguably the deepest group in the defensive, on the defensive side of the ball. What kind of challenges and what kind of, what made it easier about the process to move, understanding that you had one of the deepest groups?
Yeah, I think there's a number of deep groups on the team, so I don't want to talk about the other groups, but I think that across the board, it's a group of guys that love ball, and when you have guys that love ball and want to work at it, it makes it fun to coach. So,
talking recruiting wise, not at all about a specific player, but a lot of times it's said that you go around film, you try and not necessarily compare him to a certain player, but try and see what type of play style that recruits would have. What's kind of your mentality going into those, going into meetings with recruits, and what do you try and take out of it in terms of how they can be here at Wisconsin?
I think, you know, for my position specific when talking recruiting, we're trying to find out how much you love ball, because if you love ball, you're going to fit with our mentality in our room. So we try to get in there and really talk football with you, and the guys that, you know, you can see the excitement on their face and they want to learn more, tends to be the guys that want to be a part of our room. So that's kind of our recruiting pitch, is we're the guys that love ball. Come play for us.
Okay. Lastly, Coach Tressel, obviously you guys have built a bond over the last few years. What have you guys done differently maybe here together, working together, maybe game plan wise or something else? What have you done differently here than your time at Cincinnati?
Well, we haven't game planned yet, so you know, I don't know that process
Practice
is any different.
Maybe.
I think every day, you know, relationships continue to grow and we get more and more comfortable. I think we've been through a lot of adversity and positive moments together, so we kind of know what each other are thinking at those moments. I think we have lots of conversations about, you know, what we could do better in each individual practice or each moment of practice. So, you know, we're really comfortable and we're pretty open with each other, and I think the relationship allows us to push each other to get better.
Cool. Appreciate you.